Hi, I'm Jason French. This is Kelly Cox. We're here for another episode of Curation, where we take two art forms and put them together for a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
And what a better environment to do that than at Pickathon. On this episode, we're going to head to London, England to talk to wolf people.
We're also going to check out the culinary stylings of Sam Smith.
So let's head to Portland's Buckman neighborhood and go check out his restaurant, Tusk, to see what he has planned. Ladies first, thank you.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Hi, so good to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Hi, my name's Sam, and I'm the chef owner at Tusk Restaurant in Portland, Oregon.
We're so excited to have you at the Curation Series this year.
Me too, excited to be there.
You're gonna have a super rad band too, Wolf People. They've got
They're incredible.
Fun, psychedelic sound of them from the 60s. Are you gonna bring some of that like experiential food? Are we gonna like sit on the floor and?
Oh, not this time, no. Well, I don't know. You tell me.
So for your background, we started in Philadelphia?
Yeah, I mean, that was really the first job that I had working with Michael Solomonoff at Zahab that sort of like started defining the food that I was gonna make here. So we did kind of traditional Israeli food. He took the whole staff to Israel for about 2 weeks before we opened, and to really like, educate us about what that food was. Because before that, it had just been cookbooks and talking with him, but really being immersed in the culture and experiencing it firsthand.
Sometimes I think I got it made. Sometimes I feel let down. Sometimes I wish that you were here with me now.
I'm from the Bay Area, California, this town called Moraga that's right east of Oakland and Berkeley. I've been living in Portland. I've been here a little over 7 years now, and I love living here. Michael was the chef at Marigold Kitchen. He's the person that taught me standards and just sort of like relentless energy and demanding more of myself. I didn't know anything about it, but I fell in love with it. What we try to do at the restaurant is mostly this idea of just having a bunch of things on the table, using a lot more spices than I think what people in the States are used to using. We don't have traditional coursing like a regular restaurant where you get like an appetizer, entree, and then dessert. All the food just sort of like comes out and overlaps. It ends up being really interactive, because you're like ripping off pieces of bread and dipping it in stuff and like mixing stuff together and making your own bites, and it ends up becoming sort of personal to each person. There aren't really like rules about how you have to eat it. You can have fun with it. I mean, my main experience was, eating with Michael and going to Israel, and then I also went to Morocco for a few weeks and stayed with my friend's family. One thing I learned is the best use of spices is kind of a little bit more restrained, and you still want to, especially here, we're getting such amazing product that we don't want to use so much spice to be overwhelming the flavor of anything that we're actually getting. So using spices is more of like a seasoning and a highlight for the things instead of covering up the ingredients that we use. 100% of our produce comes from local farms. It's crazy. I mean, the amount of produce we go through here, I've never seen anything like it. It's hard to keep up.
Do you have a plan for your Pickathon meal?
I have somewhat of a plan. Because we're so seasonal, we're waiting to see exactly what's going to be available, but we'll definitely do a ton of vegetables. I think the whole meal is actually going to be vegetarian. That was Wolf People. That was one thing that I'm trying to tie in, apart from the psychedelic part, is that pretty much everybody in the band is vegetarian, so I wanted to be able to make food that they were excited about.
Well, I think too, just the style that we sort of snacks on the table, the one dish, it goes really well with everything that you're doing here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say, exactly. Just like a lot of stuff on the table, this feeling of like bounty and hospitality.
Well, I think it's gonna be good. We'll have your stuff that's got this, pulling these influences from kind of around the world, and then Wolf People that's London-based, huge background and backstory, so it's gonna be a weird, wild mashup of the two.
I'm excited to hang out with them.
And lots of drinks.
Yeah.
Did we cap the afternoon with a little bit of mezcal?
Yeah, and then we'll let you get back to, making food for us for later.
Pickathon style.
Every day we're winding up, and every day we're running round. Every day waking up and heading out or speeding round. Every day it is in the news. and it's happening now. I was gonna stay, but I'm leaving on my own now.
For our next artist, we leave behind the chilly, wet weather of Portland, Oregon for the chilly, wet weather of London, England.
For me, one of the most exciting things about music is discovery. As soon as you think you know about a genre or you know about a kind of certain area, you uncover something and realize that you know nothing about it. And you just think, oh, I don't have time. I could do this for the rest of my life and I'm not gonna have time to find all the things that that I will love. With everything that Wolf People have done, it's, by and large, it's always been an accident. Tom is from the same village as me. Dan, the bassist, is from the next village over. So we used to be in a kind of indie punk kind of band and playing in his garage and stuff. I just started recording a bunch of stuff at home, wasn't really thinking much about it, and just handed them out to a bunch of people, and then people started getting excited and it became obvious that we needed to start a band. We've been in the same lineup now for just over 10 years. My mum was massively into folk music and was kind of organising folk clubs and stuff and singing in folk clubs during the revival in the 60s. She was singing that stuff to me as I was growing up, but that was like, to me, that wasn't, I properly separated that from the music that I liked. You know, the stuff I liked was like rock music. I liked AC/DC and stuff like that. That wasn't, you know, that was deeply uncool. Through sampling and hip-hop, you just, obviously, you're exposed to loads and loads of records because there is nothing is off limits in terms of sampling. So I'd sample this Pentangle record for the double bass in it, and then I was like, actually, I like this. And I recognised some of these songs that my mum used to sing me when I was little. I always describe Pentangle as like a kind of gateway drug to the wider world of traditional music. Being into that fuzzy rock which comes from Hendrix and Sabbath, and then you find other bands that are influenced by Hendrix and Sabbath. We definitely started getting into more like Swedish psychedelic rock, which is influenced by those type of people. I guess because of the folk and rock elements of it, like, so we get the Jethro Tull thing got picked up quite a lot. Because I've got these folk gigs coming up, I'm playing and listening to trying to play a lot of Nick Jones and kind of, and Burt Jansch stuff. There are so many bands that are still going, they're making amazing music. There is a place for that celebrity kind of pop thing. There's this other place for just ordinary people making interesting music.
What's your take on Pickathon? You travel and do a lot of festivals all over.
I think we all agree it's the greatest festival we've ever been to. Like, in all honesty, I'm not like...
The cameras aren't rolling, don't worry.
Yeah, it is seriously the best festival that we've been to.
Everyone's really high, and that's great for the music and the food.
Oh, everybody's really high, right? How long have you worked together?
It's kind of like our 10-year anniversary, like next month, isn't it?
Wow.
Of the same lineup. Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Let's just pre-cheers it. Let's not jinx it right now. Cheers. We're going to 10. Do you care about how people respond to your food?
Of course.
I mean, it's a slightly redundant question, but it is.
I don't think, and I would imagine you guys are the same way, but you can't, you know, make all your decisions based on, are people going to like this or not? You want to have like some confidence in like behind the creative energy you're putting into it, and so it's not everything that I come up with, I'm like, oh, is this going to be popular with a lot of people?
I suppose your satisfaction is seeing someone actually taste something.
Exactly.
Go through that experience exactly in the way that you intended it. That's kind of what you're always going
and
to.
then that's always evolving too, as you like get feedback and as you're figuring out what you want to do. And
I don't think it can be rewarding unless you get that kind of feedback from someone that you're creating something and that you can see that they're actually, people come up to you or you can see their faces when you're playing stuff to them. It's like you can actually see that you've got something across, and it's like,
Sam, did you listen to the music? And
I did.
What was the feeling, and how did that inform your food?
That's a really hard question. Because I mean, I feel like even though a lot of the creative process is similar, I feel like being able to listen to your guys' music and being like, oh, I'm gonna make this sick eggplant dish because like this song inspired me. Like it wasn't really like that. But I think just in the conversation, it was more based on like you guys and being like, oh, well, you eat a lot of vegetables, and like Tusk is a really vegetable-focused restaurant. And then you mentioned that you really like that restaurant Ottolenghi, and they do a lot of vegetable-focused Middle Eastern food, which is like, some of the stuff that we riff off of. So I think I wanted to cater more to your personal taste than like the actual music.
Ooh, you are thinking about their palates.
I want them to be happy.
That's good.
Hospitality. Living hospitality.
We get, I mean, aside from music, we get very excited about food. I think it's one of the most important things about touring for us, I think.
So tonight, what you ate already, the bread, it's a Turkish sesame bread. And then the hummus, it's the hummus that we make at the restaurant, so it's really simple. It's chickpeas and sesame paste and cumin, lemon juice, and olive oil. And on top, we made a little salad of raw corn, jalapenos, and Aleppo pepper. And then some olives that were marinated with preserved lemon and that same Aleppo pepper. And some feta with hibiscus, rose, and za'atar on it. For your main course, you'll be enjoying a rice salad with pistachios, tomato salad with basil, and some roasted eggplant and zucchini. On top, there'll be some herb tahini, barberries, and sumac.
Is it good, Sam?
It's edible, at least.
Improvise in the kitchen?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, because I knew, like you said, I knew how many people it was going to be. I knew what I was going to make, but I didn't know what the setup was going to be like. I didn't know what kind of plates I was going to have. I didn't know what the tables were going to be like. All this stuff, so I didn't really know what all the things I was going to be working with. So I think giving up some of that control a little bit too, and kind of letting it happen, but also being able to be reactive to those things. And
yeah, so it's kind of the same thing, isn't it? It's like, seeing what's there on the day and
exactly.
Thank you so much, everyone.
I want to thank the band and the chefs, everybody that comes out and makes this happen every year. Sam Smith, Tusk Restaurant. Thank you so much. Amazing food. Wolf People, you guys can catch them right after this set up on the tree line stage.
Remember the promises you had to make, the oaths and the vows that you had to take. Not Lisa, not Lisa. Do you feel there's something that you haven't done? Like some unpaid debt that you owe to someone? Not Lisa, not Lisa. Drag yourself through mud and sand, move for legs and crawl to land. Not Lisa, not Lisa. Remember when you had so little to give, yet you opened both hands, still managed to live. Not Lisa, not Lisa. Do you feel there's something that you haven't done? Like some unpaid debt that you owe to someone? Not Lisa, not Lisa. Draw oxygen to your lungs, form words in your mother tongue. Not Lisa, not Lisa. I'm glad you feel so free from burden. Let us take the weight you left behind. Come and find me when you've had your fill, if we're still alive.